Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, good morning everyone, and good afternoon and good evening, regardless, I mean, in terms of where you are from. So today we are going to do short one, because today is the last lecture in the first semester. So you guys are going to enjoy 2 weeks, and after that to the practical lessons. So you will start doing that, all of them, oils, preparation, how many types of grinders and which to use for what, so all of them. So it's going to be really good, enjoyable semester, easy semester, I would say, second semester in comparison to the first one. Because the first one, it was more like memorizing and understanding. Okay, so and getting used to our way of thinking, which is could be slightly different to the contemporary understanding. Okay, so today we are going to just finish off the 4th chapter of the natural things, and we will do the 5th one. Very short. Okay, very important. The 5th is very important. It is to do the soul, what we call as a ruh, spirit. But it is medical soul, and not the theological soul, which is like ghost, Casper or whatever, you know. So anyway, let's finish off the organs, the 4th chapter about the organs and limbs, okay, internal organs. So just very brief revision. According to our medicine, herbal Greek medicine, there are 4 main organs. Okay, so 3 for the life supporting, and 1 is for reproduction. Means without that one, life can continue. Okay, so the main organs are the heart, liver, and brain. Okay, and then very briefly we went through its function, and then we said that these are the main organs, and main organs are supported by secondary organs. So for example, mouth, okay, chewing equipment, it is supporting the liver. Okay, and on the same way, stomach is supporting the liver, intestines, all of that are equipments of the liver. Okay, and then bladder, kidneys, so all of them support the liver. Understand? So and also the heart. Okay, so capillaries, arteries, as well as veins, all of them support the heart. Okay, and on the same way, the brain, back, spine, nerves. Okay, so all of them support the brain. So as on the same way as brain, and on the same way as main organ uses the secondary organs, so on the same way, the same organ, main organ, is responsible for the well-being of these secondary organs. So therefore, the problem which occurs, for example, in the kidney, most of the time we give the treatment to the liver. Intestines, again, the liver. Okay, or for example, even the stomach. So we most of the time give the treatment to the liver, because the well-being of the intestines, it was the responsibility of the liver. So something went wrong, and the liver was unable to keep the intestines healthy. So what is that reason? But also the reason may not be sometimes. Okay, sometimes the reason may not be because of the liver, but because of something else. Understand? So that is one thing. But also, for example, one of the most common reasons for the skin condition, it is again in the liver. So then what is the relevance? What is the relevance between the liver and the Skin. Skin is not the equipment of the liver. That's question. Answer, we say yes, of course. The skin is not the equipment of the liver, but when liver feels danger for the body, and liver is unable to protect the body, so liver takes the duty of keeping the danger away from the main organs, from the brain, from the heart, and from itself, and from the intestines. What is the most further organ in the body? So we say it is skin. So that's why liver throws the danger away as further as possible, so that's how skin condition occurs. Understand? So that is one of those things. So for example, if illness happens in the heart, most of the time illness will remain in the heart. Okay, or if danger happens in the brain, it will remain in the brain. But for some reason, when danger occurs in the liver, liver throws it away, keeps it very far. Okay, so that is one of this. But then you should not think that it means that a main organ is responsible for everything. We do not say that. Okay, so based on the same concept, we, according to our herbal medicine, Greek medicine, we do not believe on this thing called immune system. For us, it does not exist. Immune system for us does not. So it's not one organ which is responsible for the protection of the all of the organs from the illnesses. But liver is responsible for the list of illnesses. So if it will be unable to fulfill its duty, illness will break in from that window. But it does not mean that liver is the immune system. No. There are some other illnesses for which heart is responsible. Okay, so that's why you cannot say to me, okay, I have prepared a remedy, this is the remedy. It strengthens your immune system. This in our language means that it cleanses the main organs, all of the 4 main organs, and strengthens it. So by cleansing and strengthening the main organs, then you can claim that you have strengthened the immune system. Understand? So it means immune system is not one thing in our medicine. But 4 main organs, each of them are responsible for some certain duties. The main organ failing to fulfill its main duty, it creates that, it brings the illness. Okay, so based on that, if there is an illness which occurs because of the weakness of the liver, you cannot cure it by strengthening the heart. So you cannot say immune system is one. If you strengthen it, everything, no. So if the illness is listed under the duty of the liver, so removing that illness will come only by strengthening the liver. Only the liver can fight back against that illness. Okay, so just keep it in your mind. It's one of those things. Okay, let's go back to the text. I think the last part, we were left with the brain. Let's go to the text. So I will read through, the students who are following us in Arabic language, so they can take the harakat. إن الدماغ بالنخاع والعصب يحفظ نار القلب ألا تلتهب ومنهما يحرك المفاصل والأنثيان وآلة التناسل تحفظ في توليدها الأنواع فإن في فنائها انقطاعا واللحم والشحم وأصناف الغدد فإنها لهذه مجرى العدد والعظم والغشاء والرباط دعائم للجسم واحتياط لكي يتم الشكل والقوام وللأصول كلها خدام والظفر في الأطراف للمعونة والشعر للفضلات والزينة. So that is the text. إن الدماغ بالنخاع والعصب. So the brain and its equivalent is nukha. Nukha is, do you know that I think they call it gray matter. Okay, so do you know that back spine? Do you know that gray matter which goes through all of that? Okay, so back spine. So that is the equipment of the brain, and also wal asab, the nerves. Okay, in here Ibn Sina is not giving us the full list of the duties of the brain. Okay, but if you go to the book of Canon, I think it is available online. But it is that, you know, Shakespeare language, very ancient English language. You can still download it and you can follow it. So in there, Ibn Sina expands in the duty of the brain. So what does it do? So he says, يحفظ نار القلب ألا تلتهب. The first duty is, it is responsible to keep the heat of the heart balanced. Okay, so if you switch off the brain, if you cut off the cold of the brain, the heat of the heart definitely causes illness. Okay, the heat is quite extreme. We'll comment on all of that, don't worry. And then وَمِنْهُمَا يُحَرِّكُ الْمَفَاصِلِ. And also another duty of the brain is, by using the back spine and the nerves, it is responsible for the movement, to move. Okay, orders, etc., moving, scratching, for example. So all of that is by the brain. Now question, well, contemporary medicine cannot confirm. It can confirm, contemporary medicine can confirm that movement, it is by brain, yes. But what about keeping the body cold? Okay, protecting the body from the heat of the heart. Contemporary medicine may say it is incorrect. Understand? So how to understand it? So look, because what is the subject of medicine? Subject of medicine, it is the subject which looks after the well-being, physical well-being. Okay, so if you want, because they look, contemporary medicine looks into the treatment from different angle, so what we are saying may not make sense to them. Understand? So for example, based on this, sometimes it's very possible that there is extra heat in the body. There are many reasons, but sometimes reason could be it is extra level of natural heat. What is the source of the natural heat? We say it is heart. And natural heat is healthy. We need it all the time. But extra level of any healthy thing is harmful. So what is making the heart to produce extra level of natural heat? So we say the weakness of the brain. You understand? So for that illness, we strengthen the brain. Understand? So now you can understand what is the, you can say the difference, or what the importance. Now you can understand the importance of learning the duty of the organs from our point of view. Okay, because in the future, when you will start practicing the medicine, Greek medicine, you will not use the contemporary definition for the things, but you have to use our way. Understand? So that is quite important. So that's why if some of the points which we believe in Greek medicine, if it cannot be confirmed from the contemporary medical point, do not be disappointed, because the main point, the main aim of the medicine is the end result, which is the health, treatment, cure. So to gain the cure by using our medicine, you have to know our definitions. Understand? So that's quite important. So that is the brain. So it means the brain, Ibn Sina is giving us two main duties. The first is protecting the body from the heat which is produced by the heart. That's the first duty. And the second duty is the movements. Okay, all of the movements and all of them things. And the fourth and the last main organ is والأنثيان وآلة التناسل. أنثيان testicles وآلة التناسل genitals. So these are the fourth. But as I said, the main organs, life supporting ones are three, and the last one is reproduction. So it is nothing to do with the life. Okay, so and when it is like chopping off, etc., concentration or whatever they call, it does not affect on the life quality of the life, because that is nothing to do with the life. So what does it do? تحفظ في توليدها الأنواع. So it is responsible for the reproduction. Okay, أنواع is kind. Okay, so it preserves the kind. For example, mankind, animal kind, etc. فإن في فنائها انقطاعا, because the kind of that species, if it will not reproduce itself, it's going to extinct, vanish. And we have the secondary organs. So very briefly, واللحم والشحم وأصناف الغدد, lahm, the meat, the flesh, and the fat, and different types of glands in the body. So all of that, فإنها لهذه مجرى العدد. So all of them are supporting organs for the main organs, for the four main organs. So flesh and everything, it will be somehow used by each of them for organs. والعظم والغشاء والرباط. العظم, it is the bones. والغشاء, do you know the غشاء is, it can include many things. So it is, do you know the flesh, for example, pleurisy, the flesh which protects, keeps the organs separately. Okay, for example, pleurisy, do you know that flesh inside of your body, it keeps the heart, okay, away from the lungs. Okay, so that flesh, you know. What ribat is that, do you know that you can say that very like elastic, do you know that flesh, very tough flesh, which keeps the bones together, not the muscle, that other one, white one, I don't know what do they call that. It's very tough, okay, so it keeps the things, joints together. So all of that, what does it do? دَعَائِمٌ لِلْجِسْمِ وَاحْتِيَاطٌ. So all of them supports, keeps the body, okay, keeps the body straight. لِكَيْ يَتِمَّ الشَّكْلُ وَالْقِوَامُ. So it keeps also the shape. It keeps the shape. Okay. It is quite important in here. You know, for example, sometimes you may just look at the shape of the person, and you may diagnose some of the illnesses based on the shape. Okay, so for example, let's suppose that we have this person. He thinks that he is fat. He could be fat, but as you know, the healthy fat should be proportional in the body. So it's not possible that there is big belly, but then tiny legs, and there is no belly, there is no bottom. Understand? It looks like that two bones, and on top of a bones, big barrel. Straight away, you know that it is unhealthy fat. Okay, so definitely now you will be diagnosing the blockages. Okay, so that it is the illness of the blockages. Blockages are keeping the body into two halves. So blockages are, the passages are blocked and not letting the circulation, the full circulation. But instead, it comes and it's stuck on the upper part. What do you do? If it is not very old, if it's not very old blockage, so then normally it takes about 2 months. Okay, to open up the blockages. Definitely you have to release all of that fat, you have to release, get rid of it. Okay, without releasing all of that fat, waste, you cannot open up the blockages. So when a small amount of blockage will remain, only then you can widen the passage and push out that substance which is causing the blockage. Okay, so within 2 months you will clear up everything, and then full circulation will start. And then you dictate a diet for the next 6 months. Within that time, the entire body will start growing. Understand? Even later, if you will decide to become again fat, because there is no blockage, so the entire body will grow. So it's not only the upper part is very large, but then 2 skeletons underneath. It's not that. You understand? لكي يتم الشكل والقمام. So all of them, flesh and bone, all of them, to make the body, to make the shape of the body. وللأصول كلها خدام. And it supports again. So each of them, flesh and bones, everything, it will be used by the main organs. والظفر والأطراف في الأطراف للمعونة. But in terms of the nails, okay, so it is للمعونة, is again support, for example, in terms of scratching, etc. Okay, والشعر للفضلات والزنا. And the hairs, it is waste. So as body releases its waste by passing water and feces, and also sweating and saliva, and also the hairs, it's also waste, okay, which body pushes out of itself. But also for the beauty, also for the zina. Okay, so as you see now, this year we made it very short. So Ibn Sina did not expand into the duty, but the importance of it go to the level of that the person who does not study the duty of the organs, he cannot cure the patient correctly. Definitely he will be struggling. Okay, so that's why in the specializing course we will go into it in very depth. Okay, because then you will start linking between 2 far things. Okay, for example, today we have mentioned all of the, or most of the skin conditions are to do with the liver, but there is not a connection between the liver and the skin condition. And even according to contemporary medicine, if you have skin condition, normally they give local treatment. Understand? Okay, so that's one thing. Or another thing, being fat and liver also. What's the connection between being fat, okay, and liver? Isn't it about eating? Okay, so for example, because you eat a lot, so that's why you are fat. We say not all the time, because healthy body has to be able to melt the fat. Understand? So healthy body is supposed to be able to keep the control over the weight. And melting the fat is the responsibility of the liver. So if your body is unable to melt, to digest the fat, it means your liver is cold. Your liver has fallen cold. Okay, so when you will study the duty of the organs in very detailed way in the specializing course, so then you will start linking between 2 things which in your understanding now is one is on the west and the other is on the east. You understand? So that is but anyway, just for us now, that much should be enough. The next is about spirit, soul. Don't think that now I'm going to explain about this other dimension, or for example this ghost, okay, or this pigeon coming from Godfather to Godson. No, we don't believe in any of that. In the Greek medicine, soul is a matter. It is very you can say a fine level of steam. Okay, so there are 3 main arwah, there are 3 main souls, and each of them has got its own location in the body. It has got its own matter. So it is the matter. So you actually can touch it and you can see it. It is steam, very fine steam, very clear and fine steam. That's what ruh is. That's what soul is. and they do actually believe that the death, if this ruh, if this soul, for some reason gets damaged, death occurs straight away. Okay, so that is the thing. So in this chapter, we are not going to talk about that other religious, so-called religious soul, which lives in other dimension and can fly and has wings and looks like angels. So we don't believe in that. Okay, so that is a different thing. So we do not touch that issue. Coming back to our ruh. So we have three main souls. Each of them are located in the main organs, life-supporting organs. Okay, so so the first ruh, we call it ruh tabi'iyya, natural soul, and the second is ruh haywaniyya, animalistic soul, and third is ruh mudrika. Okay, sensing soul. So the natural soul, its location is in the liver, according to Galen and big group of the ancient Greek philosophers. Okay, and the location of the animalistic soul, it is in the heart, and the ruh al-mudrika, the sensing soul, its location is in the brain. Okay, but each of them has got its own branches, but the main arwah, these are three. Okay, but again, just for your information, because you will use it, big group of Muslim thinkers believe that two of these souls located in the heart and one is in the brain. So both of the natural and animalistic, its location is in the heart. So in the liver there is not any soul according to them. Okay, but again, just keep in your mind, it is disagreed upon. Why do you need this theological disagreement? Why? Question. The answer is because when you diagnose that illness is coming from natural soul, so are you going to prepare the remedy for the liver or is it for the heart? That's why you need to know which one is more reliable. Do you understand? So it's one of those things. So obviously, I do go with the opinion of Galen. I follow the opinion of Galen. Okay, so the natural soul is located in the liver. Okay, so that's what it's based on my own experience, and even my teacher used to follow the same thing, and I saw its result. So when he would cure the natural soul, so he would prepare the remedies for the liver. Understand? And what is the soul? What does it do? So it is responsible to keep us alive. Each of them has got its own duty. So this soul makes the alive person different from the piece of meat, flesh. Understand? So as long as this soul is functioning, you will be alive. Okay? And also in the body of a human, there are two levels of protection. The first is normal standard level of the protection, and the last one is the level on the soul, that level, protection on that. So soul will be fighting by using the secondary, that standard level. So let's suppose that there is illness in the liver. Okay, so the liver, the ruh will be fighting, okay, outside of itself against the illness. That soul will be fighting. But if soul falls ill, it takes only 24 hours. Either it wins or either it dies. Only one day, 24 hours. Okay, but yet we have this thing called foggy or smoky soul. So when when soul is unable to practice its duty clearly, on its full capacity. Okay, so we say that it's because salt became a bit dirty, foggy, smoky. We do have remedies which clears it, which cleans it. Okay, cleanses the ruh, the soul. Okay, but that is not when it falls ill, but it is when it becomes foggy. Because when it becomes ill, there is only one day. So if soul fails to restore itself, you die. Okay, so after that, there is no life. Okay, so there are remedies. I do by myself, take it once a year, just after cleansing the entire body. I also cleansing the souls. Okay, it's a very small remedy, and it keeps your life in high quality, so you can enjoy your life in high quality, in high standard. Now, let's go back to the text. And then, how do you know which soul has fallen ill or which soul has fallen foggy? Each of three. For example, if your senses are not doing well, you cannot think properly, so it means it is the senses soul. Understand? So each of them, three souls, has got its own duty. So if you connected. So if one of the three, so if your life is not enjoying, is not being on that level by which the duty is related to one of them three, so then you connect it. So then you target that soul for its restoration. Now let's go back to the text, please. الخامس من الأمور الطبيعية وهو الأرواح. The fifth of the natural things, and it is souls. So if you remember, we said that the theoretical part of the herbal medicine, three parts, if you remember. The first part is natural things. Okay, the primary elements and mizaj, akhlaq, okay, so all of them. And now fifth one is the souls. Okay, so there are two more to go after, so it is in total 7. Okay, so there are 2 more to go. So now fifth one. Let's read the Arabic text. والروح تنقسم للطبيعي من البخار الطيب النقي وللذي في القلب قد ينقى وهو الذي به الحياة تبقى وللذي يحمله الدماغ وفي الغشاء جنسه يصاغ وأكملت أنواعه البطون والحس والرأي به يكون وكل روح فلها قواها فليس يختص بها سواها. That is the text. My advice, if you want to be very high level herbalist, so then I advise you to learn one of three languages. Make sure that you perfectly know one of these three languages, either Arabic or either Greek or either Latin. Okay, because I can help you up to some certain level, but after that you become independent. So you need your own source, you need your own access to that big heritage, and all of that is written in one of these three main languages. And for example, we have in Persian, we have good amount of works. We may have in ancient English ones. Okay, but the main source is written in these three languages. Okay, Greek, Arabic, and Latin. Make sure that you study one of these languages and you perfect it. Because after completing our courses, in the future, after 10 years, so yet you need an access because you have to carry on improving your knowledge. Okay, so you have to all the time carry on reading the works of the ancient herbalists. Okay. Now the translation. Today we are going to make the lesson very short one because today is the last one, so we don't want to overload you. والروح, the soul, تنقسم, so it has these following types. So in total there are 3 types. The first is طبيعي, natural soul. Okay, من البخار الطيب النقي. But then what is the salt? So he says it is steam. Bukhar, it is steam. Okay, طيب, and it is very pure, and naqi, very clean, very fine and very pure steam. Okay. وللذي في القلب قد ينقى. So the first one is natural, where it is located. So Ibn Sina ignored mentioning where exactly it is located. Okay, because we have disagreement, as you know, as I mentioned. Galen says it is in the liver, and that's what I by myself support. Okay, and the second group of scholars say that it is in the heart. وَلِلَّذِي فِي الْقَلْبِ قَدْ يَنْقَى. And the second type, and also Ibn Sina goes with the first opinion, with opinion of Galen. And then he says, وَلِلَّذِي فِي الْقَلْبِ قَدْ يَنْقَى. And the second type of salt is the one which is in the heart. وَهُوَ الَّذِي بِهِ الْحَيَاةُ تَبْقَى. And it is responsible to keep alive, keep the life ongoing. Okay, so we call it القوى الحيوانية. Okay, so normally حيوان is translated as animalistic, and also the latest herbalists call this as the animalistic soul. Okay, but actually, literally, حيوانية, it is life, life soul, life supporting soul. Okay, but anyway, in the technical term, they translate it as animalistic soul. So the place of the animalistic soul is in the heart. وَلِلَّذِي يَحْمِلُهُ الدِّمَاغُ. And the third one is it is the soul which is carried in the brain. Its location is in the brain. وَفِي الْغِشَاءِ جِنْسُهُ يُصَاغُ. So it is kept inside of that locations in the brain. Well, as you know, according to the Greek medicine, the brain is split into 3 parts. Okay, so the part which is in here, the frontal part, and the part which is in here, and the last one is in here. Okay, so each of them has got its own responsibility. Okay, so the sensing soul, 3 parts of sensing soul are located in these 3 parts of the brain: the frontal, and the central, and the rear part in here. وأكملت أنواعه البطون. So then all of the 3 parts of the soul, sensing souls, are located in 3 button, means in 3 locations of the brain. فالحس والرأي به يكون. So this is responsible for the senses and for the analyzing and contemplating. Okay, that much is about ruh. The last part we'll translate it now. You know, the next chapter is going to be about the quwa. And what is the quwa? Quwa, you can say it is strength, or it is engine, or it is you can say duty. So so each soul carries some certain duty. Okay, so I would ask Ibn Sina to write a book in which he will explain the ruh and the duty in 1 chapter. Why? Because each ruh has got its own duty. So duty cannot be understood without ruh, and ruh cannot be understood without duty. But for some reason, Ibn Sina decided to keep the chapter of soul separately and the chapter of duty of the soul separately. So we will have better understanding of the soul when we study in the next chapter, when we study the duty of the souls. Do you understand? So that is about this. And again, just to remind you, do not confuse the medical soul with the theological soul. The theological soul is that ghost, which with the wings. We don't talk about that. Okay, we don't comment on that. But our main concern is steam. It is matter. It is real matter. You can touch it. You can sense it. So then he says, وَكُلُّ رُوحٍ فَلَهَا قُوَّهَا. Each روح, each soul has got its own duty, its own role, فليس يختص بها سواها, which is performed only by this. Okay, so for example, let's suppose that the person, your patient does not feel hunger. Okay, so that in here it could be because of the small amount of the black bile or the dislocation of the black bile, but also the reason could be that the soul which is responsible to sense the inner senses is not functioning properly because it became very foggy. Understand? So the sense of the hunger is carried by one and only ruh, which is in your body. So by you cleansing the ruh, which is responsible for contemplating, you are not going to cure the ruh, which is responsible for the inner senses. Do you understand? So that's what he's saying. Each ruh carries a duty, and that duty is not performed by any other ruh, but only by this specific one. Understand? So that is the main thing. So anyway, I would say that much should be enough for today. And the sixth chapter is about the duties of the arwah, and that will, inshallah, give you better explanation of the souls also. Yes, so there are several things that I want to know before we'll go. The first thing is, now you have 2 weeks of break. 2 weeks of break. So 2 weeks is really good time for you to revise. Understand? So revision is all the time important. And what about reading something extra? I say do not read anything extra. Okay, revise what you have studied so far. That's good. You can say good enough. Okay, and after 2 weeks, you will start the practical side. Okay, and two of my students, Sonia and Munib, they will be carrying the duty of teaching you and instructing you. So they are in our forum. Okay, so you can maybe start asking them from now what you should prepare. Okay, in terms of what you should buy, what type of oils and maybe herbs, plants. You can buy them online or in the local shops. So right now, we do not really care about buying the authentic herbs. Even the commercial ones will do because we're learning. Okay, yeah, so that's why you can purchase online. That's good enough. That's second point. Third point is we're going to advertise for the retreat, and it will possibly go out today on my Facebook and on our college's Facebook. That will retreat is important because we'll carry some certain workshops. As far as I know, in this workshop it will be pulse reading, and most likely we'll be teaching. I will be teaching one of the books, classical books. And if you pass the test, you get chained back to the author. Okay, and author is either Ibn Luqa, or it will be maybe Razi. Okay, his name is Razes in the Latin, Abu Bakr Razi. So he was even before Ibn Sina also. So one of those books. So if you pass the test, if you get to that level, you get a chain from me up to the author. Okay, and also practical demonstration of pulse reading. Okay, but the actual pulse reading for you, it will be in the second year. So right now, the students of the second year, they are actually halfway through about the pulse reading. Okay, and also it will be in June or July. So it will be in Wales. Okay, very lovely place, cottage. There is indoor and outdoor activities for our children also, and everyone will participate. There will be a lot of enjoyable things. So as it was in Germany, and I hope that it will be much more better. Okay, because we had that good communication to find out the new requests of the students. So we have included all of that. We did consider all of the suggestions from the students in German retreat. Okay, so definitely join us. So we are giving enough notice. So it is from now about 7 months or 8 months. So that will be good enough for you to book. Okay, so I think for the early booking there is discount also, isn't it? Or is it just normal price?
It's normal.
It's normal price. Okay.
But all the details will be on the website. We're going to post the link to the website.
Yeah. So it's going to be in Wales. Okay, in middle of that nature. Okay, so I hope that. Initially, our aim was to do it in France, southern France, because most of our herbs grow there. So we would just go out and collect our herbs, But the students in Germany retreat, they said that in southern France, in July, is going to be very hot. So that's why we said, let's make it more cool and enjoyable. So we decided to do it in Wales. Okay, so you can start booking from now, start planning, preparing, bring your children also, okay, because we do have activities and there will be people who will be looking after the children also this year. Yeah. And there are activities for the children, indoor and outdoor. There is swimming pool also, isn't there?
We're looking into that, maybe not this year.
Okay, yes. So
there's a beach, like 10 minutes walk.
Yeah, so walking like seaside.
Seaside. Well, it is seaside.
It is seaside, yeah. Okay, and also just bring your friends and family members, relatives. Yeah, so inshallah we'll have, but the spaces are limited. How many it can take?
Well, we've currently reserved 60 spaces, including children.
Yeah.
So it's limited to 60.
It's quite small then, 60.
It is, and she said that obviously if we get more demand, let her know, and she'll see if she can do anything, but it's going to be hard.
Okay. So spaces are limited, 60. So for example, in Germany, how many did we have?
It was limited to 50, and we ended up with 80 plus.
80 plus. So we had 80 plus. So like book your place as quick as possible. Yeah. So that's it. And most likely we will do the trip also in the coach, isn't it? But it will set off from Manchester or from where?
Well, they've got two options: either to go by coach, it's going to stop in Manchester or Midlands, or we can meet him there, inshallah.
Okay. So the bus will set off from Manchester and it will stop in Midlands and then it will go there. And also, if you remember, we agreed that before setting off, we are going to meet. My students will meet the patients who have been treated by us. Okay. It includes the cancer patients, it includes the eczema, it includes diabetics and all of them illnesses, and they will be in Manchester. Okay, so we may organize something like maybe a light breakfast or maybe just coffee over coffee. Okay, so my students can just meet up to see how is it done and how quick and etc. And any questions could be asked. So that's going to be on the same day or one day before we'll set off, isn't it?
Oh, in the morning.
In the morning, yeah. So in the morning here, okay, over cup of tea, about maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, and straight away in the bus we just set off. Okay, so thank you very much. I know that the new students, most of you are new to the subject, so they found this semester very difficult, very complicated. I appreciate it, and I appreciate your patience also. New subject is all the time difficult, but believe me, it's very easy. It's the matter of getting used to it. But once you will get used to the Greek way of thinking, Greek medical way of thinking, it becomes very easy. Okay, so that's why within these 2 weeks, make sure that you revise everything at least once. Okay. So thank you very much, and I will see you sometime in March or April. Till then, you will be with the practical lessons, inshallah. Thank you very much, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.